My name is Amanda Lorenzani and I'm studying the Planting Design Diploma at the London College of Garden Design. So I have my own garden design studio and I launched it about 4 years ago. However, I felt that I really wanted to extend my knowledge in the planting design arena because I also noticed a trend that was also coming through from a lot of my clients for wanting really quite heavily planted gardens. And I wanted to just stay abreast of all of the latest developments, look back at traditional methods of planting, look at historical planting, and also the waves, that sort of new trends that are happening in the planting design world at the moment. I think there are 3 key areas where this course has completely changed the way that I'm approaching planting design and actually garden design in general. Number 1 is to get lots of different perspectives from very professional, very established garden designers and planting designers, and how they have very different approaches. So looking at, for instance, how Nigel Dunnett would plant a public space in comparison to how Joe Thompson might plant a large private garden, 2 very different styles, both beautiful, but then drilling down into exactly how they plan, how they execute, has been really interesting. Also, I think how the Planting Design Diploma brings together quite a different selection of people. So people that perhaps are studying something quite specific for a career change. So they might not already have a garden design practice and they want to go specifically into planting design. And their backgrounds, they might have very different backgrounds, which is always a really positive thing, I think, when you're studying. People who are landscape architects or garden designers like myself. And I think one of the key elements there is that you get to meet people who have done some really interesting things with their lives and had great successes in all of the things that they're doing. But just that opportunity to chat and to learn from each other's experiences is really important. So for me, the London College of Garden Design seems to be able to pull together a network of people who are key in today's landscape design, garden design, planting design world, and offers students an opportunity to have face-to-face with people who potentially wouldn't be teaching on other courses around different places in the country. And I think one of the really great elements of London College of Garden Design is that they seem to have their finger on the pulse of where the industry is going and put their students right in that space. So you're learning directly from the experts who are doing the things day to day that you want to learn about. Well, the course is actually fun in itself because you're with a group of people who actually have been vetted and interviewed by the course director, which is a really important thing. Something that I didn't really consider when I'd applied to the course is that, you know, they don't just let anybody onto the course. So the people that you're studying with are all bringing something very unique to the table. So in itself, it's fun meeting the people that you're actually on the course with. Secondly, I think the course material itself is very dynamic. It's very engaging and it's been designed in a way that you can do the course if you're already a practicing professional. I'm not going to lie, it's not easy. I think just the sheer nature of continuing professional development, it attracts a certain type of person onto the course. You're very keen to learn, you're very keen to keep your skills fresh, and as a result people make a lot of effort, which is fantastic. It's a very intensive course. People are putting a lot of effort into the projects that they're producing, and as a result we're learning from each other, which is also fantastic. And again, I think one of the key elements of of the planting design course is again the lecturers that are being brought together. They are absolutely fantastic, and you can see people on the course getting quite starstruck sometimes when particular lecturers come in. We bring our books in to get signed. It's wonderful. I think the challenges for me are fitting in everything that I've got to do over the course. And I think sometimes, especially if you're already a practicing professional, there are certain considerations that you have to make before choosing to do quite an intensive course. And they are mainly, how on earth am I going to manage all of the various other projects I've got going on at the time? So I'm currently trying to pull together 5 different gardens that I'm doing makeovers on, plus family life. So adding in that extra element is interesting. However, I do think that in life, it's always going to be busy. So if you really want to do something, you will make time for it. So that has definitely been a challenge, but you rise to the challenge and you make changes where you need to. Yes, I think the ratio of tutors to students is really, really essential. We're not on a course that has 50 students, 1 tutor who's very unavailable. We get fabulous feedback because there are a limited number of people on the course and because the tutor numbers are high. So for instance, if you go in on a studio day, we have a group of 20 and there'll be 3 really highly trained professionals on hand working with us that we can talk to throughout the day. So it's really wonderful having a good tutor to student ratio. Continued professional development is a really essential thing to constantly do if you want to stay on top of your game, whatever subject it is that you're working in. And from time to time, I would say do a stock take of where you are in your career, where you are with your professional practice, and look at areas that you might want to enhance, or if you see a change in the way your industry is going and you haven't been trained in that, or you feel like you want to know more about where that particular niche within that industry is going, book yourself onto a course. Absolutely. I think the rewards from doing continual professional development in general are really high. And the advice I would give to people who are thinking about doing a course, number 1, check out your sources, have a look to see how qualified your lecturers are, look at student reviews if there are any available. And what I would say is from the experience that I've had at the London College of Garden Design, people haven't said a bad word about it. I mean, the students are very, very happy with the results that they're getting from attending the courses.